Hey guys, how's it going? Destriee here. I'm going to do something different for this video. This is going to be a speed run, a modded speed run of Black Myth Wukong. I have two mods added here. One of them is the ability to use the somersault cloud anywhere, with a few exceptions. There are some places that will not let you use it still. And the other mod is the better dodge mod. What that does is, for one, it removes the stamina cost of using dodges, which I don't think is supposed to happen, but that's what it does. And it also lets you cancel your dodge with another dodge. It just makes it a lot easier to dodge attacks as it should be. Now, technically, I do not have that mod installed because when I initially got it, it didn't work with the cloud one. There would be a clash and the game would crash. So I only technically have the cloud one installed, but for some reason my dodging is still modified. You don't see it here because technically this isn't Wukong, or this is Wukong. It's not the main character you play as. But you'll see once I get to there that I dodge like a freaking maniac. And a couple other things that I want to preface here. This is New Game Plus 2. So I've already beaten the game twice. The first time I got the normal ending, and that was base game, no mods, no nothing like that. Second time, I started using mods and I got the special ending. And then this is my third run that I just felt like recording. Another thing, I don't do speedruns. This is actually my first speedrun I think ever. I don't think I've ever done a speedrun really. Those aren't fun for me, but I've been playing a whole lot of this game, so I wanted to try something different. So that's what you're going to see me doing here. Now, this isn't a clean speedrun by any stretch of the imagination. I screw up a lot. I don't do optimal combos. I don't do optimal pathing. I take fights I shouldn't need to. I fight bosses I shouldn't need to. Partially, that is just because I wanted the video to be a little more interesting. I'm not a speedrun person. I'm not trying to beat a record or anything like that. I don't even technically know how long this took me to beat. I know the video is going to be almost 3 hours long, but I think it was more like 2 hours and 40-something minutes to get to, like, beating the final boss. I want to say, if you take out cutscenes and all that stuff. That might not exactly be true, but at least that's what I'm thinking. And so, yeah, I just kind of wanted to preface that first, get that out the way. This is not a clean run at all. I don't play this like that, really. I'm not a speedrun person, but even with saying that, this was still really fun for me to do, so I do hope you guys enjoy this video. What I think I'm going to do for this is, I kind of want to... I'm going to say what I'm going to say for like the next couple of minutes, and then I will probably just speak up in the beginning of each level, and just kind of talk about my thought process for each level and what I was doing. Because some levels I have harder times with than others. Some levels I get through way quicker than other ones, which you'll see as if you watch through this whole video. I do want to pause everything I'm saying here to just say, if you do like what you're seeing, please comment, subscribe, all that stuff I'm supposed to tell you to do. I say it in most every video, but I don't say it in optimal times. I'm still learning how to actually be a good content creator, I guess. I know I've already been doing this for about a couple years now, but it's still always been a hobby, even though I do technically get paid for it now, and it's sort of my only source of income since I went back to school, but still, I try not to make stuff unless I'm genuinely having fun, which is why I don't post very often. But outside of that, you know, really appreciate it if you could like the video, subscribe, and maybe give me some feedback in the comment section, things I could improve, or other things you guys would like to see. I can cover maybe some other mods and stuff if you guys want to check those out. And yeah, so I think without further ado, I'm going to get into my thought process for the first level. And I will say right now, I think this is the level I got lost in the longest. It's the level that, even though it's the first one, I have the least amount of memory of it, because I didn't have to spend as long doing it in my first two playthroughs as I did for this. And also, I did just say this is my first speedrun. I do mean, like, even of this game, this video is my first speedrun. Even though I've already went through the game twice, and the second time with mods, I still went through the full game normally. Just because I like the fighting, I like doing all that stuff. But I just had a feeling, you know, I'm going to go through it again, but this time I want to see how fast I can get through it using these mods and doing all this other stuff. And I just figured I'd record my progress and show you guys. So yeah, like you're going to see here, I'm going to fight these two guys. You don't need to. You can just leave. And I don't really fight much other regular enemies from this point forward. I'm kind of doing whatever I want. Like I said, not a clean run at all. I don't really know what I'm doing. I just have a vague memory of where to go for each boss. And here's the cloud, like I was talking about. Normally, you don't get the ability to do this until way later on in the game. But this kind of helps me skip a lot of encounters. I do make certain pit stops at places that I feel like are important. As I said, this is all kind of blind. Like, I know I'm recording over the fact, but what you're seeing here is my first time trying a lot of this stuff. Like, didn't try before this actually, like, skipping bosses and doing skips of certain areas and whatnot. This is my first time actually trying that. And so, like I said, really, if you knew exactly where you were going, you could probably head straight to the area where the last boss is from here and just not mess with any of this. But for one, I don't know the map that well for this level. And for two, I don't think that would be a lot of fun. I want to at least fight some of the bosses. But you see, I do skip some. And I do get lost here a little bit. Like I said, this is... Not only is this a rather crowded map because it's all like enclosed forest with some buildings here and there, but it's also the map I've spent the least amount of time in, so I don't have a lot of the map layout memorized. So it takes me a bit. You're going to see I'm fighting the first main, technically, boss. The big wolf guy. This is where this is right here. I'm just heading back to trigger the boss encounter. And then from here, I fight the snake guy. And then I kind of just work my way up to the final two boss things. It's the same boss, just different forms. You know what I'm talking about. And that's really... There's not much else I really got to say for this level. You're going to see I do get beat up quite a bit here. But you also see that, like, beating the game twice unlocks some pretty freaking amazing stuff. Especially this right here, already almost dead. Freaking crazy. And I'm not using optimal staff or anything like that. I'm just using the one I like because I like the shock attribute. I'm using the one of the new game plus staffs you get from defeating all those dragons. You're not going to see me do that in this video because this is kind of like an 80%. I just want to get to the end of the game as quick as possible. But yeah, I don't really have too much more else to say for this level, guys. I will shut up now, and I will talk to you guys again when we start the next level. And I'll have a lot more to say, but it'll also have to be a lot quicker because that level goes really, really fast. So I will talk to you then.
Now that it's dead, you might as well take a good look around. The Great Pill, the Black-Winged Guile, defeated the wolf. Finding it would be a deserving reward for that fight.
To what end do you seek? A ripple. Not without. You have forced my hand. Now you shall face what I truly am. You truly seek the three bells. Have you seen them all? Do you too desire that which they ceaselessly hold dear?
The bells. Three bells were set in the mountains since the Black Wind Wise returned, yet no one is allowed to go near them. Maybe the bells have something to do with the temples burning. His words sound like truth to me, little monkey.
How tough we are!
Stay sharp and keep a lookout.
Never give
Five. I am the Black. I was ascended to deity by one. Who are you to stand against me? You have ruined everything! That's all you're capable of. Show your hand! You have some cheap tricks! Meet me at the summit if you dare!
The spell he just cast may appear intricate, but it's not hard to learn. That Black Bear's expertise is lacking. Serving Guan Yin didn't help him much. But what he left here could surely help us. Consider today your lucky day. Focus and disperse, illusions traverse. You still have a lot to learn. But give yourself time.
He once told me. Out.
Across streams, over hills, and through the black wind your blood has spilled. Wolves howl, snakes wind, flames lick, and the smoke blinds. Stumble on the lesser, lame, crash before their betters, shame. With such clumsiness, what destiny do you claim? As the small fish catches its prey, the bigger lurks behind. Who is the bigger fish? I can't see it. As for the prey and the small fish, they are swimming everywhere.
All right, we are at the start of chapter 2 here, and a couple things I did forget to mention in the first part of this video. I don't know what the speedrun tactics actually are for this game. I've never watched a speedrun of it yet, so anybody who's going to be in the comments talking about how I'm doing this completely wrong, I know. I'm pretty sure I am. If I decide to do this again, I will actually look up stuff and be more prepared. But what you're seeing is my first attempt at doing this in this game, but also kind of doing a speedrun at all. But enough of that. So here, I'm just going straight to the final boss. And the reason I am is because I know this map pretty well, and there's a big kind of marker explaining where to go, the big tornado. And I'm just going to stop at a checkpoint just in case I die, because I said this before, I'll say it again. Out of all the bosses so far that I have fought in this, which I think I've fought all of them, between the last 2 runs I did, I think I fought every single boss. This one, the main final boss of this chapter, is my least favorite. It's the one I don't like the most, and in my opinion, it is the one that I think needs to get tweaked, because there's some stuff that I just feel, it doesn't feel good. Like, it just doesn't feel really good to fight this boss. There was another one, which I'll talk about when we get to chapter 4, but I figured out that was just me not really playing the game optimally. Once I figured that out, it was a lot easier. But this one, this guy, the rat sage dude, I don't like him. I don't like him at all. Especially his final phase, because the tornado crap is annoying, and I don't know about you guys, but he would alternate whenever I would redo the fight between summoning 1 tornado and summoning like 10. And the reason it's annoying is because every time the tornado hits you, you get stuck in an animation where it flies you off. And I think that's annoying, especially when later on in the game, you also fight something that makes tornadoes. And that does something different, which I think is better, even though it's still annoying. But that's man, and this might just be a me issue. I know other people had issues with this fight, with it just being difficult in general. But I don't know if maybe I'm the only one who genuinely thinks that this boss needs to get tweaked. That he's kind of poorly designed a little bit. I mean, there's other bosses that I get annoyed because they kind of follow that Souls-like trend of just having incredibly low windows of attack and then doing like 20 hit combos that you're supposed to dodge. And another thing is with the dodge system normally in this, that was kind of another reason I was having issues, was because sometimes it'd feel like they're doing attacks that you can't dodge all of them, even though dodging is your main mechanic of avoiding damage. That could just be me being picky and everything, and I'm fine with that. It's my opinion. I could be wrong. But, I mean, regardless of that, I don't really have a strategy for this. I just hopped on the cloud, went to the tornado, and just try to dodge whenever he looks like he's going to do an attack. I do have most of this stuff memorized, which is why I feel the way I do. I didn't really feel like it was a matter of me just not willing to learn his moveset. I did. I know you're going to see me dodging a whole lot because of the mod I have on here, but that's just because I can. I fought this boss at least like 75 times my first go around. I know all of his movesets. I can dodge them relatively easily with 1 or 2 if I didn't have the mod on, but it's that final phase with all those tornadoes and stuff that really just annoys me, because he kind of loses a lot of his windows when you would attack because the tornado just kind of throws you away. And then every now and then he'll follow that up with a different attack that also does an animation, and it's just annoying in general. I know I'm saying all this and you're seeing this fight, and this, I think, is one of the cleaner fights I've ever had for any boss in this game, let alone this guy in particular. But no, trust me, I know a lot of you guys know this if you fought this boss already. He's a pain in the neck, and I do think he just needs to be tweaked. That's what I mean right there. And that was my fault. I'm not saying like that was like bull crap, that was just me not doing anything. But when I'm fighting this guy normally, it was just a pain in the neck. And like I said, right now he has 1 tornado. I don't know if that has something to do with the clones, but sometimes I would fight him and he would have like 10 of them out at one time, and it was just super annoying. But yeah, that's the end of chapter 2. Took all like 5 minutes. I don't know. However long that boss fight took was how long the chapter took. So I am going to just shut up again, and I will meet up in a couple minutes when we start chapter 3.
With the wind and sand you've endured here, did you reach the forgotten kingdom at the end of the land? Did you find the clash of stones and the fall of Tiger's acolyte? If you shut your ears and heed only your inner murmur, I fear the more you yearn for flawless endings, the further you'll stray from the path. Rats and cats, neither grasped their destiny, and yet neither admitted it. Listen closely, young one. Their complaints ride upon the wind.
Alright, now chapter 3. This is going to take a bit longer than the last chapter because there are different areas you have to get through. You can't just go straight to the final boss from here. You have to do the dragon, and then you have to fight the dragon again to get through the Turtle Island. And then after that, you can sort of just fly all the way to the... at least I think you might be able to fly all the way to the final boss from there. I did stop and do the Buddha puzzle, just because I thought that was necessary. I don't know if it actually is or not. But you're mainly just going to see me seeing where I can kind of move around and stuff. I do try to kind of follow the main path for this mission up until I get to kind of around the area where you get the fox transformation from, because you can get to the final boss from there really quickly if you have the cloud. I mean, because that is something I did test. One of the few things I actually tested before wanting to do this was exactly where I could just kind of beeline for the boss at what point in the mission. So you're going to see me, like I said, I'm going to kind of go through this sort of as normal. At least I'm going to follow the structured path until we get to a certain point. I'm going to fight this guy, and then we are going to go fight the dragon. All of that's going to kind of run as normally would, minus the, dodging mod I have on. It's going to play relatively normal. You won't see much in terms of like skips or anything until we get to the pagoda area. I will be skipping that one boss that's inside the wheel. I'll just be going around them. I'll be skipping that whole area. That's going to be a big skip there. And I think from there, yeah, you have to fight the dragon lady. And then after that, I just beeline it for the boss. I don't fight really anything else except for the boss after that. So that's really what my goal is here, is get through this first part as normal, because there's not really too much I think you can do. As again, I could be wrong. I've never looked up a speedrun or anything. I know I said that already. I'm probably going to say it like 5 more times. But this is me kind of going in blind on what my assumptions are. Just running to the next required kind of story area, and then going from there. I'm trying to think if there's any like combat tips or anything I can give. There is actually. For this area, if you guys don't know, this really only affects the end of this level when you get to the temple, and especially when you're fighting those blind monk guys. If you didn't know, that the fact that they're blind is an actual gameplay function. So if you just stand close enough to them where you can hit them with like one of your heavy attacks, but you don't move, they actually can't find you. I mean, if you're super close, they might find you, but if you use like the thrust stance or the poke one, and you stand a good distance away where you can still hit them, but you're not right next to them, they really don't do anything, and you can just keep doing that until you kill them. So that is one thing, because they can be one of the harder to defeat regular enemies in this level. I'm trying to think of what else I can really say. There's not too much about this. It's just kind of going through the motions here. I wasn't sure if you could skip that pagoda boss or not, but as you'll see, you most certainly can. And you could probably skip, if you can get to the end of this level from here, you could probably skip all of this and head straight to the end. I just don't think you can, because I don't think this is on the same map. It might be. I don't know. I haven't bothered looking into it that much. But we're just going to go through here, fight the dragon like normal. And it's really after this where everything kind of gets a little crazy in terms of skipping stuff. But this is maybe where I want to start saying that I don't know if it's an issue, not an issue, I'm not going to say it's an issue, if it's something about being on the New Game Plus 2, it feels like a lot of the more nimble enemies gain Ultra Instinct or something. Like, they are very much into dodging my stuff at the last minute and making me look foolish. It doesn't happen so much in this fight, even though it does kind of happen now and then. You might have seen it a bit with the bear in the first chapter, where some attack where I feel like should hit just barely missed. But you'll definitely see it come the final chapter, because for some reason I was having such a hard time hitting those enemies, and I don't know why. I didn't have that much of an issue my first 2 runs. It was just this one for some reason messed me up, and I don't know why. Like I said, it doesn't happen so much with the dragon, and even if it did, it's kind of the nature of the fight is kind of just how that works. I barely use any type of potions or anything. Like, I use my healing potion, but I don't use a lot of, like, the other ones. I will every now and then, just to either try to speed up a fight, or I mainly use it at the last boss, because he almost kills me. And if, like, I thought I was going to die, and I didn't want to have to redo that boss fight right at the end. I would have been really annoyed, especially because by the time I was getting to the end of this video, by the end of the run, I was exhausted and I had other stuff to do, so I just kind of wanted to hurry up and finish at that point. So my play, I feel like, definitely decreased then, and I was also just kind of frustrated with a lot of the bosses at that point, because they were doing a lot of things. You'll see. I'll get more into that when we talk about the final chapter. But yeah, it's a lot of just make sure you dodge the attacks. And if you've been watching through the course of this video, you see that the dodge is pretty busted now. pretty overpowered, as you would say. But yeah, no, I think that's really all I gotta say for this chapter. This is the last of, like, the normalness of it, because from here it just kind of goes pretty quickly. So I will go ahead and let you guys enjoy the rest of this chapter, and I will perch up again when we get to chapter 4.
You have chosen your way. This time, there will be no easy way out.
or frostbite. Beast or Yaoguai, none shall dare to draw nigh.
Keep at it. You could melt into blood and pus.
Darling, come on. It's perfectly cool in here. Join me inside. Have some dance practice with you.
Such humor, Admiral. Let go of your stubbornness and I could request Master to set you free. Then I'd be open to joining you.
Oh, I don't deserve you. That old bastard has really made good use of Wukong's relic. Even you, a celestial courtier, bend to his will. Yet my ears tell me that the destined one has dropped the money wheel. Pity. Reckon it won't be your master who unlocks these metals eventually.
These gold symbols are made by our Grand Master. And you think a puny monkey can go beyond that? Turtle General. How could you know he's here below?
Turtle? Snake? Who cares? I caught a whiff of monkey stench familiar enough for me to sound my welcome.
Master valued your talents. He kept you alive beneath the pagoda for your own good. How ungrateful. Evidently, you just don't deserve the ecstasy of the New West. Stubborn as a stone. My word. Now that my persuasion's failed, we'll go back to the pagoda and be remade. The clouds surge and shiver with thunder.
Whatever. Let's not dally. Now the turtle and I have shared a few tales. That Yellowbrow is not like our foes. That old monkey from Mount Quagro asked me to back you up here to save you from his ugly tricks. He told me that once we gathered all 6 relics, we could bring Wukong back. Let's say I buy it for now. I'll go and catch up with him first. You take a look around. Fur-faced idiot. My old friend! You must have had it rough all these years in this shithole! Rest easy! Once we're ashore, I'll take down that blasted temple to avenge you and Brother Snake! I hear you! Dead or alive, all suffer the same. You'd be better off staying a stone. Come on, cut the whips and wines, will you? You're too old for those! Yes, stop the sobbing! Stay here and wait. I'll check on your snake, pal. Oi, kid! You look suspicious. Ah, I get it now. For Buddhas, that boy said. Ah, Buddhas, you worship. Loony monk. God, just go through the motions, boy. Who knows if it's true or not? That little monk was speaking riddles. Back when we journeyed to the New West, our master took it from our Lincoln. He visited and kneeled to every figure until Yellowbrow captured him. I'm not my master. What's that sound? That little mug's up to his tricks once more. Chip my hoof. Let's go back. Chubby one, we've done the rites. Where's the...
The Buddha of the future.
The floodgate is sealed. Why not yield and join my disciples? I know you possess some skill. Defeat me, and you... has come to my teaching. You are at the end of your wits. No one to turn to. I must obstinate fool! My sack awaits misguided souls like you. Enter within and find enlightenment. Join me! Let's fight our way out! I remember what the Buddha said at Ilion. All beings the of the precepts and in love. Thou shalt kill, lest he be still. Thou shalt snap a fair blade in a hand. Thou shalt dust. Thou shalt turn into dust. Thou shalt follow the prestigious legacy in your Thou shalt and drenched honey shall sing. Thou shalt revel. My years shall this tender settle. Thou shalt to reach all conditioned things are impermanent. Be Destriee. Be a butcher, then enlightenment. Such enlightenment surely would grant you Buddhahood. The minds of the Buddhas are empty. to turn to. I persist with this class. Thou shalt revere, or thou wilt walk the path of Buddha, only in, not without. About my seeds is how it utterly remains whole. I shall meet you in combat, avoiding to see who prevails. I'm creating a new Perceive me through sight and sound. Oh, right here, eyes from across the land! They all bow and hail me! Who are you?
That stone monkey merely named himself a sage, yet this altar boy dared to found his own faith and proclaim himself Buddha. Your faith is firm and will unwavering. You resisted his lures. All those who are high and mighty found their minds lost and their faith stained. But was it truly because of their devotion to Yellowbrow? As you braved ice and snow, did the stench of shattered ego reach your nose?
Alright, now we're on to chapter 4, the spider chapter. I hate this one. Not really. In terms of the level itself, it's fine. I don't find anything wrong with it. I just really don't like the spiders.
Leaving so
Ew.
soon?
Um,
Why the shyness?
but this one is gonna take roughly as long as the last one. Might be a bit shorter
Like there's a
because I
dwelling.
do skip quite a bit after. Well, through most of it, I actually skip quite a bit. And you're gonna see here, I skipped to basically right before the first boss, and then from there I skip all the way to like the last series, when you fight Pigman. That's kind of what I skipped to after this first area. I skipped that whole underground tunneler area place that you go through, which I don't mind. That place was a little annoying when I was going through it the first time. It wasn't terrible, but I don't feel bad for skipping it. I don't. But outside of that, there isn't too much else to say. After we get through here, it's gonna go relatively quickly, and we'll fight the pig dude. He actually messes me up quite a bit in his second phase
Take a look.
because you know, you lose your ability to dodge effectively because of the car. So that's from that point of the fight. It's essentially a regular fight, sort of. Because I can't do my super quick dodges like that, which, as you can see, I didn't really mention it, but I'm also using that as a means to move around quicker when I don't want to use the cloud, because either sometimes it's just easier to run around on foot, or if I'm kind of confused or lost a little bit, I prefer to just stay on the ground so I can get my bearings. And if I have a really, really long stretch that I remember, or if I'm just trying to head straight towards something, I will throw the cloud back on just so I can get there quicker. Yeah, I learned quite a bit of like my own personal playing style from doing this. You can see my kind of go-to is to summon the clone, freeze the enemy, and then try to build up my ultra heavy attack gauge, because that just does crazy amount of damage. If you don't know, I mean, you should, I think, if you're watching this video, but that thing where all the clones do the same attack I do, that is a special ability you get after you beat the game and you start New Game Plus. For me, I unlocked it after doing the secret mission, so technically before I beat the game. For the second time on New Game Plus, that's when I unlocked the ability to use that. It's one of the great Sage Relic things you have to equip. So there is that. And you'll see here, after we are able to get through this, that's one thing you'll see a lot of the times. Like, there'll be some cutscenes I skip, some I don't. If you're not aware, you can't skip all the cutscenes. At least I couldn't. There were some cutscenes that I thought the first time I played I was able to skip that I can't now. But that is probably just me. I don't have the greatest memory of things. But yeah, once we get control of the character again here, you're going to see I just fly straight down to where you fight the pig dude. I didn't really mean to yet. I wanted to stop at the checkpoint first, just in case I died or the game crashed, because the last time I was playing in this area and I had the cloud mod on, the game crashed while I was fighting the pig dude. So I was a bit worried that was going to happen and I'll have to redo the whole level again, but thankfully that didn't happen yet. It just happens later. So yep, you're going to see here, get on the cloud. I'm going to head straight down and kind of start the end parts of this game. And one more thing I do want to say, you're not going to see me do it here, because as again, this was just me trying to beat the levels as quickly as possible. One thing I will recommend, if you're someone who just likes to get through the game and not care about all the secrets and stuff, that's fine. Everybody is going to enjoy the game that they paid for the way that they're going to want to enjoy it, and that's fine. I would recommend beating the secret level for this level in particular before fighting the final boss, and I'm just saying that because my first go through I didn't do that, and that's why, if you guys remember when I said earlier in chapter 2 how there was another boss that I got really annoyed with that I thought was also poorly implemented until I figured out why I felt that way. It was the final boss for this chapter, because as you guys know, I should probably more speak about it when we get there, but I'd rather talk about it now than you guys actually see it in action later on when I'm actually fighting him. But the final boss here, when you get to about half of their health, they do this type of illusory attack thing that slows your dodging. It also makes it so you can't transform, and it kind of messes up a couple other things. The item you get from beating the secret area of this chapter can nullify that, and it makes the fight so much easier. So much easier. So that's my kind of advice for this level is complete the secret level. If you guys want to know how, you can look it up on YouTube. Some people have made really good guides on how to get there. If you want, I can make one. But it'll take me a bit, because I'll be honest, I skipped it completely the first time I played through the level. And the second time, I only got it kind of on accident because I went the wrong way. And I didn't really know where I was. To be perfectly honest, I just kind of stumbled upon one of the bosses you need to fight. And I didn't mean to. I meant to just kind of get through the level. So that was kind of a stroke of luck on my part. But if you guys had trouble with this boss, do the secret level. You will not regret it. I don't even know, after fighting him again with the item you get, I'm surprised I even beat him the first time around without it. That was annoying as hell. But anyways, I'm just going to let you guys enjoy the rest of this video here. Only thing really that's left, because I'm going to skip most of everything else, is part 2 of Pigman fight. Grandma Spider, and then Uncle Spider. I guess I'll call him Uncle Scorpion or something. Guess we can call him that. So I hope you guys enjoy. You guys will see what I'm talking about for that fight later on. And I'll talk to you guys again when we start Chapter 5.
I am staying here. You won't make me leave again. Crash! Crash! I'll break the sky into pieces if need be! What's this? You're pulling a shape-shifting trick on me! Soon you'll die! Their blood is on your hands! All must begin! Sound no less heady. Spare your lives when my rate is ready.
Monkeys, the bane of my life. Why do you always have to ruin my plans? In what way am I any less than monkeys? This monkey that you love. I'll chop his heart, slice his liver, and make you eat them!
You a hag or a monkey? And try me before you fight it! Go after her! She has the relic! Go! I can take care of myself!
evil. Protect the town!
Please.
Now let go of your misery and rest in peace. Are your minds as muddled as your mother's?
You have grown in strength, but not in wisdom. You've not only hurt Bajia and his darling, but also laid waste to the seal of the High Ones. A grave misdeed. Mortal or immortal, all seek to break from the past and start anew. Yet destiny, like a lover's tongue, speaks one way and means another. Though you may savor it yourself, you can never tell if you truly want it or not.
Alright, now we're on to chapter 5. This is going to be kind of like chapter 2. It's going to go really, really quickly. I just go through this first area here just to unlock the gate. And then from here on, I kind of just fly all the way to the final boss again. Because like the chapter 2, this is one that I had to go through a bunch of times because the final boss for this one is kinda bullcrap, not gonna lie. I don't think he's as bad as chapter 2, but he has one attack that I feel like doesn't hit when it looks like it should hit. He was another one that, again, took me multiple tries on my first run through before doing any mods or anything like that. But yeah, there's not too much else I can say here. If you were curious about the armor I'm wearing, you get it in this level through the secret part of this level. You get the abilities to craft that after you go through it, if you weren't aware. But yeah, I go through here. Actually, I don't exactly teleport from here. I go through the end, I fight this guy, I get the checkpoint just in case something happens. And then from here, I basically fly all the way to the final boss. And that's really it. Not too much else to really say about this chapter. Kind of just comes and goes pretty quickly. I was really kind of starting to need to hurry up at this point, which is why I didn't really bother doing too much fighting or anything. I just kind of wanted to get through this and get to the final chapter, just so we can have it all done. But yeah, just gonna grab this, and then we're gonna just head all the way over. We're gonna take the route that you would take to get to the secret level, since, you know, I'm on a cloud. I don't need to worry about fire, so I can just skip all that. Normally, you'd have to go and go all the way around, and you know this. If you're watching this, I'm assuming you've beaten the game, or you don't care about spoilers. I'm not trying to really get into the story. That's not what this video is about. But you are seeing a bunch of stuff here, so if you don't know what's going on, sorry. But yeah, I think I'll just take this time now, since starting the next chapter I will have a little bit more to say, because a couple things happened in that one. Real quick here, I thought I might need to stop here, but I was having issues, so I just said never mind and just flew past it. Oh yeah, I actually do make a pit stop here to grab the checkpoint, just in case, as again, something happened. But anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. I want to just take a minute here. I think I said it earlier in the video, but I just want to thank everybody who's watching this video, and anybody who's been supporting my channel recently. I know I haven't been posting a whole lot there, and a lot of the stuff that I do post isn't getting a whole lot of attention, which that doesn't really bother me, so I don't really bring it up. As long as, you know, if at least one person watched it and liked the video, it's really good enough for me. And I've just really been busy, so I haven't been able to give this the full attention that I should if I really want this to grow like the way I actually want to. But still, regardless of any of that, I just want to say thank you to everybody who is watching my channel, who supports me, and I haven't said anything about subscribers or anything in a while. I think I'm getting close to 2,200 now. I think I'm at like 2,190 something. Close to 2,200 subscribers now, which is freaking amazing. Like I still don't like. I know that's not a huge number, but that's still something that I think about it and I'm like, wow, it's over 2,000 people that said, hey, this guy's kind of cool. But no, I just sincerely thank you guys who enjoys my stuff and who watches and supports me. Hoping in the future I can have more entertaining stuff for you guys to watch. Just even if you've reached this far in the video, if you're watching right now, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you. But yep, here is where we go. That's the entrance to the secret level, if you didn't know. And we're just going to follow this path all the way up, and this will lead to the final area. And then from here, we just fight the final boss. He has 2 phases. And I think for this part, the first one gave me more trouble this time. But his final phase gave me a whole crap ton of trouble in my initial playthrough of this. I'm sure it gave a couple other people one too. Mainly for that one series of attacks he does, where he does a vertical slash and then a horizontal one. Well, he reversed what I said, but he does that. Just because the timing is so just delayed and off that it feels bad. This is just me kind of complaining. It might just be nothing wrong. I got through the boss anyway, so it's not like I couldn't do it, but it was annoying. But yeah, I can't really think of too much to say in terms of advice for taking out the boss. Just bring fire resistant stuff like potions and whatnot, and make use of your very combo things, like the ability to see through attacks that will help you, because this boss can be staggered pretty consistently, and the more you can do that, the easier the boss is going to be. Man, outside of that, just pay attention to what they're doing. This is one of the bosses that has like extremely long attack combos and very little time to actually capitalize when they're not attacking. So it's kind of just a, you know, I can't remember the word off the top of my head, but just keep doing the little bits of damage you can at a time and try not to make too many mistakes. That's really all I can say for this fight here. But yeah, it's really going to sum up what I have to say about Chapter 5. I said once we pretty much got to that first checkpoint, we just kind of flew from there, and now we're at the final boss. So I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of this, and speak up again one last time when we get to Chapter 6, because that's the one where I'm going to have quite a bit to say.
Thought yourself quite something, huh? Have fun with this! Yeah! Save him, you'd have to impress me first. One failed to imprison me, and you're nobody. Flee, coward!
behalf!
So when springs existence, I am the Buddhas say my flesh is core. So when springs existence, I am pure.
I am not the beast to wipe out the entire life. I need to go.
Wait! Yakshas are the mightiest of the 8 legions, after all. Be your body hard as metal, meeting death in scores is inevitable. Yet, why did you endure the fish and those carts just as poorly? You rush like wind with a clouded mind. It's your desires that shape what you see. Had your mind been less unsettled, would you still have fallen for that child's play? Haste oft blinds while patience illumines. Next time, can you still fulfill as Wukong without Baju?
Alright guys, here we go in Chapter 6, the final chapter of the game. I got a bit to say about this one, but first thing I'm going to say here is we're going to immediately skip the first boss as soon as we get into gameplay. Going to hop on the cloud and just go directly to the Thunder Rhino and just kind of get started on the relics, or the armor pieces I should say. Also, if you didn't know, from roughly around here, but mainly the first checkpoint, if you go backwards and you there's like a tree that's up above, you need the cloud to reach it. It's on top of like a cliff. If you go to that tree, behind it there's a treasure chest with the original Wukong armor. I'm not talking about what he's wearing in the beginning of the game. It's like his traditional one, I guess, from like the story. I just bring that up because I don't think a lot of people know that that's there. And the boots that I've been wearing throughout this video are actually part of that set. It's not a particularly good set. It's like a basic or a common, or I mean not a common, like a rare. It's not a legendary item or anything like that, or a mythical item. It doesn't have the best stats, but you know, I prefer to wear shoes. So this was the only item I found that actually was shoes and not just greaves or some different type of leggings or something like that, or a different type of feet. Anyways, we're gonna get in here, and the first boss I'm taking up is the like I said, the Rhino. Usually I do the other boss first and then this one, but I decided to do it differently. And normally I do not have any type of trouble with this boss, but for some reason this run in particular, I was having the hardest time just hitting the horn of the boss. I don't know why. I don't know why it was so difficult for me this run in particular. I always get nervous when that freaking cricket thing comes out. I keep thinking it might try to attack me, even though as far as I know it doesn't actually do anything. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if you try to aggro it in a certain way it'll do something, but as far as I know it doesn't do anything. But yeah, I just have the hardest time breaking the horn, which means my attacks are mostly doing no damage, and I almost get freaking killed numerous times. And that's the thing I'm going to say a lot about this ending portion of the game here. All of these encounters, I was just having trouble. I think the one that I had the least amount of trouble in was the final one that I do in this run before the final boss, which is funny because normally that one's the hardest one for me. And like, as again, I know I have the mods on right now, but even with that, I was still having trouble. Because I do partially try to play it normally, and like I said, I did it my first go around, so I dealt with the struggle already, and I just wanted to do something a bit fun. This part made me not have as much fun, and I don't know. I'm not even saying like it's anything really with the bosses, because I did this the other 2 times and I didn't have trouble. And I know every time you start a new cycle, the bosses get stronger, they get more health, and they take less damage and do more damage, you know, all that stuff. But I was like doing next to nothing for majority of this fight until I finally am able to break the horn. And it's just annoying. I don't really have much else to say about that, it's just so annoying. But like right there, I thought I should have been able to break it, but he was just out of range. I was so annoyed. We're going to be saying that a lot throughout this chapter of the game. It's just me being frustrated and annoyed. Also because like I was kind of running out of time to do this, so I was really trying to just hurry it up. You see here, I thought if I transformed into the stone monkey that his attacks would be able to break the horn. Turns out that's not the case. So I was wasting my time here. One thing I will say, I should have mentioned this way earlier, probably in the beginning of the video, but if you guys are watching, here's some more you know, secret tech for you. Not really. I think the best, I don't remember what you call it, it's the needle that I'm using, that type of item. I forget exactly what they're called, but if you watch the last fight, the last the last end boss for chapter 5, you know, the thing I was saying, if you use it, you kind of trivialize his second half, or second phase, or whatever. I think the best one for every other type of enemy besides that one is the plantain fan. And I say that because I don't think it takes that long to recharge after you use it, and you get a good like 10-15 seconds, or maybe even longer, of constant stagger, which just lets you wail on the enemy for, you know, a good amount of time. And I think there's only one boss that I fought that it didn't really work on. Every other boss, you get a good amount of time to just kind of smack them up for a bit, and they can't really do anything because the tornado keeps constantly knocking them back. So if you haven't actually given that thing a shot yet because you're still using the either the fire one or the one that reduces the damage you take and increases the damage you do, or something like that, I would recommend using that. I stuck with this one because personally it's just my favorite, for the fact that it gives me an option to deal with long-range enemies without needing to get close to them, because it could just fly over to somebody that's far away and smack them up, and it actually does decent damage to non-boss type enemies. Yeah, we're going to be almost done with this boss here in a second, but as you saw probably going throughout this fight, he dodged a whole lot of my attacks, and I was also just kind of playing poorly. Like I said, I was getting real tired by the end of this, and trying to hurry up so I can get on with the other things I need to do today. That's another reason why I'm recording this after the fact. For one, I just wanted to focus on the gameplay while I was recording. But then another one is, you know, I had stuff to do, so I went and did that. And now I'm back talking to you guys. Tried hitting them with the rock solid, it didn't really work. That was again another attempt at me hopefully hitting his head, didn't work. Normally this does not take me this long to fight this boss. I mean, I've only fought him 2 other times, but still, 2 out of 3. And it's bad or something like that, I guess. But yeah, not too much more to say about this fight. I will have more to say on the next one because that is where the one crash I have happens. I'm surprised that hit. I'm glad it did because that kind of helped me finish this fight off. But I was surprised because I thought I was just out of range for that, and I'm glad I wasn't. So yeah, that's I don't got too much more to say in terms of like strategies or anything. Like I said, this boss really isn't that hard. I don't know why I was just having trouble with it in this particular round. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the game. I was really looking forward to this game prior to it coming out, and I'm still really enjoying the game, even though this is my 3rd time going through it now. And you know, I've already seen all the secrets and all that stuff like that. And I like going around messing around with the mods. I did play with some that change, like gives you a lightsaber, or change your player model and stuff like that. But I do like the work that Game Science did, so I kind of leave that as is. And I think it's pretty good. So here on, we finally beat this guy. We're going to head over to the other boss enemy, which is the bird, deer, horse thing. I don't really know what it's called. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But this is where my my only crash happens, and I'm honestly surprised that it's my only crash, to be perfectly honest, because I've been breaking this game with how much I've just been skipping shit. So I am actually surprised that this is the only time I've actually had a problem. But after the crash, you'll see that it's kind of an annoying fight. He does a lot of running around, a lot of dodging stuff, and the tornadoes are annoying. I get frozen a couple times, almost die a couple times. But all in all, it's not terrible. And then I fight the cricket, which is the only death I have in this run is to the freaking cricket, believe it or not. Just because I underestimated how much damage that fire does. And I think that's actually the longest I take in one particular part in this game, was just that freaking cricket, trying to figure out what to do to actually survive the attack. You see, I go through my menu and everything like that, and it gets ugly. This is why when I mentioned, here's actually the crash right here. That's why you see it fade to black, is because, yeah, got messed up. Got a crash. But yeah, then outside of that, the praying mantis actually wasn't that big of a deal. And then we go to the final boss, which is super annoying. The first phase of it anyway. Once he turns into Wukong, it's not as bad, even though I do almost die. I was basically running on empty by the end of that fight. I had to use a resurrection pill just in case he killed me, because he was really close to. And I ran out of healing. But outside of that, that's just it's probably going to be the end of me talking. Well, right here, I thought the game froze again. I was going to cry. I was going to cry, but it didn't. Had to back up for a bit, and it started working again, thank God. But yeah, no, I don't really think I have too much more else to say about what's going on here. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you stuck around this long, again, I want to say thank you. I know this has been a long video, but this is the first time I've made a video like this. At least, don't recall making a full video of a game, like a full game speed run or walkthrough. I wouldn't call this a walkthrough. I am not showing you guys how to properly get through these levels. I'm just showing you how to zoom through them if you have cheats, essentially. But I did, all in all, enjoy making this, despite the frustration I got towards the end. And I just hope you guys have enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. See ya.
Monkeys around, I'm always toiling away for nothing. Kid, when you step up one day, try not to forget your Uncle Bajir. All I got from Wukong were the nasty jobs. You should do better than that. Now we're done here. Time to move on. for saving my rump. My belly's not too vile, is it? I'm not a meat eater after all. I hope it didn't repulse you. Well, you fetched it. It wasn't all that bad, eh? Now that Wukong's armor set is complete, we should go to Water Curtain Cave. Come with me. Where do you come from, outsider? In my realm, all monkeys are of similar face and shape. Your face speaks of a different breed, and an ugly one. You must be a Yaoguai from another land. I've never ventured here since that journey. Nothing's changed after so many years. He said this and told me to kneel. Right here on this seat. Ah, here it is. I knew it. Wukong is tight-fisted, even Guan Yin agrees so. He kept it here so it could be passed down to another one of his kind. Now it's time for you to try it, kid. Once you have this, there's no turning back. Now, you look exactly like Wukong. You're all set, kid. You look like a fierce warrior. Come with me. Let's find out what that old monkey is up to. here. Wukong!